Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
Hi, welcome to North Carolina Weekend. I'm Deborah Holt-Noel. In 1910, Little Switzerland was founded as an unincorporated community and somewhat private resort by State Supreme Court Justice Harriet Clarkson and a group of investors. 100 years later, this little community just off the Blue Ridge Parkway has retained its restful, pastoral beauty, and as producer Derek Long discovered, Little Switzerland is one gem in the crown of the Blue Ridge Mountains you might want to see.
Just off the Blue Ridge Parkway at milepost 331 is the village of Little Switzerland.
In 1910, when Judge Clarkson came here and his investors and other law partners, they decided to begin a development where a summer colony where folks could buy an acre or 5 acres. It was just a community to come to in the summer to escape the heat and just enjoy your friends, just as it is now, a way to go back in time and just enjoy a quiet summer with your children and your family. Judge Clarkson had a friend that called it Little Switzerland because he said it resembled the Swiss Jura Mountains where he had been, where the mountains here are not that high, 3,400, 3,600 feet, but the vistas are gorgeous.
The Switzerland Inn was one of the first things Judge Clarkson had built.
Originally for his friends from Charlotte to come up and spend the summer and use the inn to get them up here and hopefully sell them lots while they were here. Basically, though, people come here to relax and unwind.
And with 72 rooms and cabins, a swimming pool, and hot tubs overlooking the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Switzerland Inn is the perfect place to do just that.
And the uniqueness of it is when people come in and they go, "God, is this all there is?" We know they're not our customer. But when the person that comes in and says, "Man, this is great, I want to come up here and relax, we're right on the parkway, it's quiet," we know that's our market. I would describe it as a nice, cool, family-friendly place to come up and get your kids outside, get them away from the computers and televisions, and go hiking and spend time outside. For the motorcycle rider, I'd say it's the best roads in the country. Use this as a hub to see all the activities that are within 20 minutes from here, or they can come and just sit here and relax and not ever leave the property for their entire stay.
That's because the village has restaurants and
there's 6 different retail shops, from an art gallery to an ice cream and fudge shop. A lot of the local artisans in the area from Penland and the Salto area have their work in the different galleries across the street.
This would be considered uptown Little Switzerland. About 100 yards down the road would be downtown Little Switzerland, as it were.
And has a little bohemian kind of an atmosphere. There's a bookstore there.
That also has works by local artisans. And there's a general store.
Where you can get your wine and your cheese and your house-smoked meats, that sort of thing. Really high-quality picnic items for your trip on the parkway.
And the Switzerland Cafe, where you can enjoy a good meal and watch the world go by. Learn about the history of the area at Emerald Village, just up the road.
Emerald Village is called a village because it's made up of a number of different attractions. We have the North Carolina Mining Museum,
where a number of mining tools and equipment are on display. Most of the mines are not safe to go into today, but you can go into the old Bon Ami mine and get a feel for what it was like.
We have the Gemstone Mine, where you can prospect for gems, keep what you find. The mine behind me is called the Big McKinney Mine, named for the McKinney family that developed it around 1924. By the time of the Depression, it had become the world's largest feldspar mine. They were after the white rock called feldspar. Many other minerals found here, but back in those days, they threw them out on the side. But this was probably the only place to work around here during the Depression, and I've heard that men would be lined up on the road waiting for somebody to quit or get hurt for a job. They would walk miles to get here, then work 10 hours a day for 10 cents an hour. These mines were developed by small family operations who discovered these outcrops and started prospecting. Later, as time went on, larger companies came in, bought them out. On this property at one time, there were 4 different mining companies operating. sometimes within 2 or 3 feet of each other. So it must have been an interesting time.
Whether searching for gems or just some relaxing peace and quiet, Little Switzerland is the place to come. This is Derek Long for North Carolina Weekend.
For more information about tourism in and around Little Switzerland, go online to littleswitzerlandnc.com.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.